We are observing Purushotam VRATA. Yesterday we heard from the article of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. There are two divisions of Shastra, Smarta and Paramartha. Smarta means karma kanda. They want non-eternal benefits. They're eligible for that, so by following that they will gradually get qualification to accept Paramartha Shastra, which is for eternal welfare. So Smartas, they don't prescribe any auspicious activities during this extra Purushottam month because they think it is impure. But devotees, those who accept Paramartha Shastra, they think no time should be wasted. We should worship Supreme Lord all the time. And it is also most auspicious month, as we will hear today. We heard yesterday, it is superior even to the greatly pious months of Kartik, Magh and Vaishakh. In this month, you should perform Archan of Shri Shri Radha Kṛṣṇa, that is worship of Radha Kṛṣṇa with special rules or moods for bhajan. You will thereby attain all perfection. The glories of Adimas are mentioned in the 31st chapter of the Naradiya Purana. Puranas are fifth Veda, for one Veda divided into four, and Puranas, they are fifth Veda. They explain the Vedas in a clear manner. So one of them is Naradiya Purana, written by Vyasadeva. Adimas considered the sovereignty of the 12 months and saw that he was being slighted. He went to Vaikuntha and related his dilemma to Sri Narayan. Out of compassion, Vaikuntapati, that is Narayan, master of Vaikuntha, took Adimas with him and appeared before Sri Kṛṣṇa in Goloka. They are same person, Narayan and Kṛṣṇa, but they are doing different lila. So at the same time also they are doing lila. So Narayan came in front of Kṛṣṇa and bringing this month with him. After hearing about the distress of Mala Mas, that is the impure month, Shri Kṛṣṇa's heart melted and he spoke thus. When I will read this chapter from Naradiya Purana, there are some details are there how this Mala Mas expressed his distress. That will after this article. Aham eteryata loke pratitah purushottama tathayam api lokeshu pratitah purushottama asmai samarpitah sarve jegunamai samstita mat sadrishyam upagamya masanam adipo bhavet jagat pujyo jagat bandhyo masoyam tu bhavishyati sarve masah sakamascha nishkamo yam maya krita akamah sarva kamova yo dhima samprapujayet karmani basma satkritvamam evaishyati asankshayam kadachin mama bhaktanam aparadati ganyate purushottama bhaktanam na parada kadachana ya etasmin mahamuda japa dan adi varjitaha sat karma snana rohita deva tirtha dvija dvisha jayante durbaga dushtah para bhagyopajivana na kadachit sukham tesham swapne pishasha shringavat yena ham archito bhaktyamassasmin purushottame dhana putra sukham bhunktva paschat goloka vasa bhak. Ramapati with long A at the end. One is Ramo, another is Rama, that is Lakshmi. So Kṛṣṇa is telling, oh Ramapati, that is Narayan. Just as I am celebrated in this world by the name Purushottama, that you will find in Bhagavad Gita, in 15th chapter, Kṛṣṇa is explaining that he is superior to Kṣara, that is Jiva. He is also superior to Akshara, that is Brahman and Paramatma. He is superior to all of them. That is why he is celebrated in the world by the name Purushotam, Supreme Person, Supreme Enjoyer. So I am Purushotam. Similarly, these Adimas too will be renowned in the world by the name Purushotam. Now I offer all my qualities to this month, becoming like me. From today onwards, this Adimas is the monarch of all the other months, and is the most worshipable and most adored in the world. All other months are Sakama, that is, they will grant worldly desires if you do those auspicious activities. This month, however, is Nishkama. And then Kṛṣṇa is explaining, though Nishkama means no lust, no selfish desires, only eternal welfare. So those who worship this month, either without any desires, akama, or with all types of desires, will have all their karmas burnt. Reactions to past activities from false ego, either pious or impious, all will be burnt, and also false ego, from which you did those karmas, that will also be burnt if you worship this month, because he is non-different from Kṛṣṇa. By Krishna's will, Kṛṣṇa can do anything, he is omnipotent. So he made this month, this period, same as he. Then they will achieve me. So first their all karmas will be burnt, then they will achieve me, means Kṛṣṇa. My bhaktas sometimes commit offenses, but in this Purushotam month, they will be protected from committing any offense. In this Adimas, that is this extra month, those greatly foolish persons who neglect to perform auspicious activities such as japa, giving in charity. Japa means repetition of mantra silently. That is japa. Kirtan is loudly uttering. Diksha mantras you can do only japa, but Maha mantra you can do japa or you can do kirtan also in Panchatattva. So japa word, then it comes japa mala. Mala means this rosary, like a garland, which is used to count during japa. That is why it is called japa mala. Some, they are confused and they say, bring my japa. That is not correct. You can either say you bring my japa mala or mala, not japa, because japa means a repetition of mantra and it is silent. So that is one of the auspicious activity in Shastra. There are different mantras. So one Maha mantra one can chant loudly and mentally, but Diksha mantras and certain mantras only mentally. So japa, giving in charity, that is done. These are all auspicious activity in Shastra. they're doing these things, those karma kandis, they're doing those things in other months, but not in this. But here Krishna says those who will neglect such activities such as japa, giving in charity, visiting and bathing at the holy places, and who are envious of the dvijas, that is twice borns, or means brahmanas. Twice born because second birth is through initiation, divine knowledge. So those who neglect this are deemed wicked, unfortunate, and living at the cost of others. Thus, they will not attain a cent of happiness, even in their dreams. Sometimes we get happiness in dreams. Sometimes we get distress in dreams, because dreams are created by Supreme Lord so that we enjoy or suffer certain karmas in subtle body, either happiness or pleasure, and Krishna stops at the right moment, your dream. You cannot control this, he is controlling. Like in this wakeful state, we are burning our karma through enjoyment or suffering, like that in dream also. But here Krishna is telling those who will not observe this Purushotam, they will not get any happiness, not even in dreams. Conversely, those who are filled with bhakti will take advantage of this Purushotam to perform archan to me, that is worship of me. After enjoying worldly happiness, such as wealth, sons, and so on, they will eventually attain residence in Goloka. While in this world, they will also be happy, and ultimately they will attain me. Many episodes from the Puranas are narrated in the context of the glories of Purushotam. One such example is Draupadi. In her previous life, she was the daughter of Medha Rishi. Even after hearing of the glories of Purushotam from Durvasa Rishi, she neglected to observe that month. As a result, she attained many sufferings in that life and became the wife of 5 husbands in her birth as Draupadi. This I will read in that another article from Naradiya Purana, history about this. What Durvasa told her and how she did not do, and this is the result. During their exile, the Pandavas followed Sri Krishna's instructions to observe Purushottam Mas VRATA and thus crossed over all their sufferings. So Draupadi didn't, but they did. So result was opposite. As it is said, Evam Sarveshu Tirteshu Brahmantah Pandunandana Purushottamam Asadya Vratam Cherur Vidanata Tadante Rajyam Atulam Avapurgata Kantakam Purna Chaturdasya Varsha Shri Krishna Kripaya Mune. O Muni, during the period of their exile, the Pandavas traveled throughout all the holy places, and by the mercy of Shri Krishna, they observed Shri Purushottam VRATA with all rules and regulations. As a result of this, they completed their 14 years of exile without any obstacles, and at the end attained an unparalleled kingdom. Then another, Purushottam Mas is glorified in the account of King Dridhanva's previous birth. At Badrik Ashram, Narada heard the procedure of the Vrata, that is vow, from Narayana Rishi, which Valmiki Muni then related to King Dridhanva in answer to the king's questions. Just as the rules of Annik, This is another name, like for Sandhya Vandana. Some devotees, they say, I will go to chant Gayatri. They say Gayatri for all Diksha mantras. When they will do their Diksha mantras, they will say, I will go chant Gayatris. But that is not clear, that is not precise word for that. That is either Anik or Sandhya Vandana, because not all mantras are Gayatris. They are mantra in Gayatri. So proper word is used Anik or Sandhya Vandana. Just as the rules of Anik for Brahmanas are ascertained in Dharma Shastras, they will chant Brahma Gayatri. Similarly, the obligatory activities for one observing Purushotam VRATA are also delineated, beginning from the Brahma Muhurta hour. So, like Brahmanas, those who are Brahmanas and they are initiated into Gayatri, they have certain rules how they will do. It is not like nowadays they will play Brahma Gayatri on some music, like concert with guitar and like this. That is not proper. There are certain rules, and Brahmins, those who are initiated, they will chant, and where you have to face, how you have to do achaman, everything. Or you cannot just, as I told, one lady was in India, and she went in one temple, and one priest, maybe for some greed of something, he just gave her that mantra, and she will pay some donation, and now she thinks she has that Gayatri mantra. That is not the procedure. There are in Dharma Shastras, you will find, and it has to be by Guru Parampara, then it will work for eternal welfare. Otherwise, only external thing. So, regarding the rules for bathing during Purushottam month, it is said, Samudra ga nadi snanam uttamam parikirtitam vapi kupa tadageshu madhyamam katitam buddhe grihe snanam tussamanyam grihastasya prakirtitam. There are 3 types of baths as declared by the wise. A bath in the rivers which meet the ocean is the topmost. A bath in lakes, ponds and wells is the second best. And a bath in one's home is an ordinary bath. For one who is observing Shri Purushottam VRATA, after taking bath, he should observe the following. Sa pavitrena hastena kuryat achamana kriyam achamya tilakam kuryat gopi chandanamrit snaya urdva pundram rijum somyam dandakaram prakalpayet shanka chakradikam daryam gopi chandanamrit snaya. After bathing, one should perform achaman with clean hands. One should then make a paste of gopi chandan clay and wear simple, beautiful, straight urdhva pundra tilak. Urdhva pundra means going upwards, like this, on his forehead, and the marks of conch, disc and so on his body. Like for someone who got Harinam initiation, he also has to do. Means according to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, those who are initiated in Harinam, they also have to do this. Achaman and tilak every day, every time after taking bath, if in the afternoon, tilak must be there on one's body 24 hours. If you take bath, then you have to put tilak again and achaman, everything. And some give this at mantra diksha, but during the time of Prabhupada and our Parangurudev, and it is for those who have taken Harinam also. And they will have to do mantra dhyan, so all those things you have to learn. So tomorrow we will further hear about Purushotam, or I can read this one more part here. The worship of Sri Krishna. Yes, some people think that this tilak, this is like some kind of decoration on the body, or like a makeup, or to show that you belong to this sect or that sect. That is not correct conception. Tilak is a temple of Supreme Lord. You have to make it for His satisfaction. And you have to invite Him by that mantra, and then He will reside there. So this is one kind of service to Krishna. That is why this is part of sadhana. Sadhana bhakti, activity which pleases Krishna. It is not like to show, yes, I'm a devotee or something. No, this is not the point. This is one kind of seva to Krishna. You have to make those 12 temples on your body and invite Krishna to reside there by that mantra. And all other activities you have to do with tilak. Like tulsi mala you have to wear, that is also not for decoration. It is for the service of Krishna. You have to wear to please Him. Also tilak is to please Krishna. So here the worship of Sri Krishna is the obligatory activity of Purushotam month. Purushotam masasya daivatam Purushottama tasmat sampujayet bhaktya shradaya Purushottamam. Valmiki said, O Drida Dhanva, that king, Purushottam Sri Krishna is the presiding deity of the Purushottam month. Therefore, being filled with bhakti shraddha, that is devotional faith, means by serving Krishna you serve all. Because Krishna is Supreme Lord, He is the root of everything. By serving Him, all are properly served. So being filled with bhakti shraddha, you should worship Sri Krishna, Purushottam Sri Krishna, with 16 types of paraphernalia every day of this month. As it is said, Shorasho Pachareish Chapujet Purushottamam. There are puja with articles. Those who have taken mantra diksha, they know you have to do puja with articles. I'm not speaking about arati. Some they say, when they say puja, they think about arati. But the arati is one thing. Puja with article is another thing. That is in the morning with closed doors. You have to offer bathing to Krishna and also articles. And there are 16 is like standard, but there is also 12 articles you can do, or 10 or 5 they are mentioned, or there are also more than 16. 16 is like standard. You have to offer dhūp, deep, that naivedyam and upavit, all these things you have to offer. So during this month, 16 you have to do every day. The worship of the divine couple of Sri Sri Radha Krishna, the worship of the divine couple Sri Sri Radha Krishna is indeed obligatory in Purushottam Mass. This is, as you will hear later on, This is for Swanishta devotees. And there are Parinishtita and Nirapeksha. So that is also, and here also you see it is mentioned that Radha Krishna are to be worshipped. It is wherever there is Krishna, Radha is also there. So it is not that Radha is not included in this month. That is not correct. Radharani is also included because here it is stated Agacha Deva Devesha Shri Krishna Purushottama Radhaya Sohitash Chatra Grihana Pujanam Mama. Radhaya Sohitash, this means together with Radha. This means you are inviting Krishna Purushottam together with Radharani, and then you will do this puja with articles to them in this month. So this month is not only Krishna, it is Radha Krishna. You cannot separate Radharani from Krishna or Krishna from Radharani. So tomorrow we will further hear about Purushottam month, and we are hearing about the prayers of Brahma to Krishna. Yesterday we heard first verse, and I did not yet finish the purport of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Yesterday Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur told that here Krishna's color is compared to the rain cloud, and Krishna as a rain cloud also suggests two things. The earth gets relief from the scorching heat of summer through the cloud of Krishna's rain. Another, and the Chataka bird, like devotees, sustain their lives with the mercy pouring from the rain cloud of Krishna. Yesterday I told that Chataka bird will not take any water, even if he will have to die, but he will not take any water from the ground. There may be plenty of water all around him, but he will not drink that. He will only drink water if it comes from the clouds, rain. In that way he will sustain. Like that, devotees, they don't want anything except nectar of service of Krishna, nothing else. So they are sustained by this rain cloud of Krishna. Brahma continues, Gunja, berry earrings, ascend the beauty of your face. This is one kind of berry in Vrindavan, Gunja berry. Also you can make Gunja garland. In some places it is written conch shell, but it is actually one kind of berry, red color and with black dot. So that Gunja mala made of berries, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave to Raghunath Das Goswami together with Govardhan Shila. Govardhan Shila is Nandan Krishna, and that Gunja mala made of berries, garland, that was representing Radharani. And here it is also mentioned, Gunja berry earrings ascend the beauty of your face, means on Krishna's face. Flowers adorn your hair, and peacock feather rests atop your head. Brahma's description reveals the superiority of the lowly Gunja berries of Braja to the precious jewels of Vaikuntha. Yesterday we heard one is Narayan in Vaikuntha, there are gold, diamonds and all this. But in Braja, it is all natural, these things from forest, but that is all spiritual. From Brahma Jyoti up, everything is spiritual. So Braja is of higher rasa. So these Gunja berries of Braja outwardly looks like simple some garland from forest berries, but according to Rasa Tattva, that is superior to precious jewels of Vaikuntha. And Brahma also saw how it is charming, all this. The forest garland of wild flowers and leaves around Krishna's neck is superior to those made of Parijata flowers from Svargaloka. You know Parijata, there was a big problem because of this Parijata flower. In 10th canto we will hear. It's a very special flower in Svargaloka, but that also cannot compare with these wild flowers and leaves, garland from Vrindavan. By mentioning the morsel of yogurt rice in Krishna's hand, his stick and horn, Brahma indicates the superiority of Krishna's cowherd boy form over all others. In mentioning Krishna's soft feet, Mridupade, Brahma indicates that those wandering in the forest of Vrindavan become filled with ecstasy upon seeing Krishna's footprints. Just they see his footprints, they become filled with ecstasy. By stating that Krishna is the son of a cowherder, Pashupa Angajaya, Brahma shows the superior fortune of Nanda over Vasudeva. Krishna's father in Mathura is Vasudeva, with short A, Vasudeva. But Nanda Maharaj is superior in Rasa, in Vrindavan. So Krishna is son of a cowherder. This Nandanandan Krishna from Vrindavan, he is a son of Gop, cowherder. Then second verse. Asyapi deva vapusho mat anugrahasya svecha mayasya natu bhuta mayasya kopi neshe mahi tva vasitum manasantarena shakshat taveva kim utatma sukhanu bhuteh. My dear Lord, neither I nor anyone else can estimate the potency of this transcendental body of yours, which has shown such mercy to me, and which appears just to fulfill the desires of your pure devotees. Although my mind is completely withdrawn from material affairs, I cannot understand your personal form. How then could I possibly understand the happiness you experience within yourself? See, he's Brahma here, it will be explained, I think. Completely withdrawn from material affairs means liberated. But by that also you cannot understand Krishna. Only by serving him you can understand. In commentary, in Kṛṣṇa, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is book by Srila Swami Maharaj, chapter 14, Srila Prabhupada, here it refers to Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, explains that in the present verse, Lord Brahma expressed the following prayerful sentiment. Your appearance as a cowherd child is for the benefit of the devotees, and although I have committed an offense at your lotus feet by stealing away your boys and calves, I can understand that you have bestowed your mercy upon me. That is your transcendental quality. You are very affectionate toward your devotees. But in spite of your great affection for me, I cannot estimate the potency of your bodily activities. It is to be understood that when I, Lord Brahma, the Supreme Personality of this universe, cannot estimate the childlike body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then what to speak of others? And if I cannot estimate the spiritual potency of your childlike body, then what can I understand about your transcendental pastimes? Therefore, as it is said in the Bhagavad Gita, anyone who can understand a little of the transcendental pastimes, appearance and disappearance of the Lord immediately becomes eligible to enter the kingdom of God after quitting the material body. That is Janma Karma Chame Divyam, that verse. All my activities and birth, all these are transcendental, divine. One who can understand this means he is a devotee, otherwise he cannot comprehend. He will not take another birth. This statement is confirmed in the Vedas, where it is stated simply: by understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one can overcome the chain of repeated birth and death. I therefore recommend that people should not try to understand you by their speculative knowledge. This will be made clear. Also, we sing that song, Kṛṣṇa Deva Bhavantam Bande. Mana Samadhukaram Arpanijmata Pankram. Jadapi Samadhishu Vidir Apipashati Nataba Naka Grammarichim. Rupa Goswami said, I know even Brahma in his samadhi, that is, he's fully withdrawn from this world, external, anything. Still, he cannot see even the nail on your toe. Effulgence coming from the nail of your toe cannot see. But I know this, but still I have that desire to get your darshan, because I know you are so merciful. So such prayer Rupa Goswami is giving. So it is not possible to understand Krishna without devotional service to him by any other way. When Brahma disrespected the supreme status of the personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna first bewildered him by exhibiting the Lord's own transcendental power. Then, having humbled his devotee Brahma, Krishna gave him his personal audience. That we heard, how he bewildered him. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, as we will read also further in that commentary, Lord Krishna's transcendental body can also function through the agency of his plenary expansions called Vishnu Tattva. Vishnu means one who is all-pervading. So all forms of Supreme Lord, they are Vishnu Tattva. But according to Rasa, transcendental taste, and Lila, they are different. As stated by Brahma himself in Brahma Samhita, Angani Yasya Sakalendriya Vrittimante. This verse indicates not only that the Lord can perform any bodily function with any of his limbs, but also that he can see through the eyes of his Vishnu expansions, or indeed through the eyes of any living entity, and similarly that he can hear through the ears of any Vishnu or Jiva expansion. So there in Brahma Samhita, it is stated that Krishna can eat with his eyes. That is why when you offer to Jagannath in Puri during Ratha Yatra, from far, he will eat through his eyes. He can smell through his feet. Any sense can do any function, which is not the case for conditioned souls. And Krishna has two types of expansion, Svangsha and Vibhinangsha. Svangsha is his own expansion, that is of the substance. Diamond, any part of diamond is diamond. And the shine of diamond is his potency. So expansion of his potency, which is not different from him, they are living entities, jivas, Vibhinangsha. So even through those expansions, through jivas, he can also do any function. Krishna is omnipotent, he can do anything. That is why you will see sometimes Krishna will do some action through some jiva astonishingly. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur points out that although the Lord can perform any function with any of his senses, in his transcendental pastimes as Sri Krishna, that is in Vrindavan, he generally sees with his eyes, touches with his hands, hears with his ears, and so on. Because he's doing this Nara Lila like a human. Thus, he behaves like the most beautiful and charming young cowherd boy. The Vedic knowledge expands from Lord Brahmā, who is described in the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam as Adikavi, the primeval Vedic scholar. Means, as we heard before in Bhagavatam, Vedas are eternal, but they will manifest through Brahma. In that sense, he is a primeval Vedic scholar. Yet Brahmā could not understand the transcendental body of Lord Krishna because it is beyond the reach of ordinary Vedic knowledge. There, it is ordinary Vedic knowledge, it is with inherent reverence. He is described, Bhagavan. So that forum Brahmā can understand because he is his son. But he could not understand about these sweet pastimes of Supreme Lord as Krishna, as an ordinary human being. Why? So that love is not restricted by any awe and reverence or opulence or anything. That is the purpose. That is why Krishna's pastimes are highest in the rasa consideration. Among all the transcendental forms of the Lord, the two-armed form of Govinda, Krishna, is original and supreme. Thus, Lord Govinda's pastimes of stealing butter, drinking the gopis' breast milk, tending the calves, playing his flute, and playing childhood sports are extraordinary even in comparison with the activities of the Lord's Vishnu expansions. So tomorrow we will hear the direct Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary on this verse. If there is awe and reverence, he is God, I am his eternal servant, it is my duty to serve him, and you have to offer prayers from distance and bowing down everything, there is some restriction in service, in affection. But in Vrindavan, Brajavasis, residents of Vrindavan, they don't know Krishna is God. They know he is my friend, he is my son. So there is no restriction of their service. So that is why it is the supreme forum, supreme lila, and those who are serving in this lila, they are getting highest transcendental bliss in quality and also in quantity. So this we'll hear tomorrow. Vishnu